So I've ran across a lot of uh, free will worshipers lately, and the same topic keeps coming up. That God doesn't cause people to sin. If he causes people to sin, then he's a sinner. They don't understand the fact that when God causes the people to do something, it's the people that do it. God is the cause of it. He's not the one doing it. Sometimes he is. But in this case, this is the verse that shuts them up. Because it's a sin to starve people to death, right? But here God is doing just that. He's causing the starvation of children, babies, children. And it says he's causing it, so they can't get out of it. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters, and they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend in the siege and straitness, wherein their enemies, and they shall seek their lives, and shall straiten them. God caused Syria to come down, blockade all the roads. This is how they fought back then. A lot of times they would block the roads and starve the people to death because, first they wanted money. Well, he gave them that, but then they still wouldn't give up. It's a long story. We'll look at a little bit in a second. So he and their first reply is always, well, God is, just killing. It's not sin because he's killing justly. Oh, well, kids, children, babies. What did the babies do? Silence every time. They go away because clearly God is causing sin to happen. He's not the one doing it. He's causing it to happen. It goes against everything they believe. And this shuts them up. 100% every time shuts them up. They have no answer for it because it goes against what they believe clearly. Even they can read it and see it, and they go away. But it gets even worse. God said it was going to happen a long time before it even happened. So it's predetermined to happen. It's like a double whammy on the free will worshiper. Back in Deuteronomy, this is hundreds of years before it ever happened. And thou shalt eat thy fruit of thine own body, and the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord God hath given thee, in the siege and the straitness, wherein thine enemy shall distress thee. So God has already foretold it, foreordained it. It's going to happen. But that's not all. He says it again. Here it is in Leviticus. You will eat the flesh of your sons and the flesh of your daughters. Like it's more than once. They can't deny it. And so if you look here, so in 2 Kings 6, 2 Kings 6, which is the story unfolds here. And so when you look at the people, I'm not going to read the whole chapter. And it came to pass when the king heard the words of the woman that he rent his clothes. And he passed by upon a wall, and the people looked, and beheld, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. Then he said, God do the same and more also to me. Okay, but before that, let me back up. And the king said to her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto thee, give me thy son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So they boiled my son and ate him. And I said unto her in the next day, give me thy son, that we may eat him. And she said, and she hath hid her son. You can read the whole story here about the siege and everything. So it gets even worse for the free will person. Hang on, I want to show you this right at the end here. I think I already did. So they said God is the one that did it to them. But even worse, if you read the story, so God caused the people to sin, and then he went and killed them for doing it. So you have all the things that the free will person hates right in this story. and they can't deal with it. It turns every one of them away so far, because it has all the stuff they hate: God causing sin, God predetermining sin, and then God punishing the sinner for that, what he calls them to do. So I just thought I would share that. I don't have much time, so yeah, anybody can read this and study up on it. And next time you run into a free will moron, just throw this on them.